All right, guys. A lot of people are going into a couple of the ETFs like USO, which is the oil ETF, and they're doing very well on them. The APRs are crazy, but I wanted to give you guys some best practices and for you guys to understand what these are. First of all, what I'm doing still right now, it's very early. I'm doing a lot of testing. I know a lot of you are cleaning up on the meme coins. Absolutely spectacular. A lot of the meme coins you guys are doing great on. The one positions that I've opened on the meme coins, I've killed also. Some of them have already ROI'd. So there's a couple things that is leading up to this, why this is happening. I'm going to explain to you why the Robinhood meme coins are doing well is partly because of this reason. Robinhood Chain just keeps adding liquidity. It's just increasing. Last time I think we did a video was in the 330 million. Now it's almost at 500 million. This is the fastest I've ever seen a chain grow. If you look at Base Chain, which was from Coinbase, to get to 500 million, it took it months. It took it all the way till, let's see, March 2nd, 2024, and it started in June 2023. I mean, it took months, it took almost a year for it to get to $500 million. This is how fast the Robinhood chain is moving. The Robinhood chain is absolutely explosive, and I think it's going to continue. We are taking advantage of it like no other community here at MaxFi. Now, let's talk about USO real quick, and then we'll talk about some other updates so you can figure out where you want to go with your account. First of all, the reason it's paying so much is because I'm going to show you a couple of reasons is the volume. Volume is what you care about, but you also should know the asset you're getting into. I've noticed a few things in this particular account, which I'm going to show you, and another account of mine, my more long-term account, is that I'm not really suffering much impermanent loss at all on these stocks or these ETFs. They just don't move enough. Even with the rebalances, I'm still up on this position. It's absolutely insane. If we look into this position, I started with 1725. It's now at 1773 with 7 rebalances. Explain that to me. Yeah, the reason we're not seeing much impermanent loss is because usually impermanent loss happens when a stock or usually a meme coin or a token goes from, let's say, $100, $120, and there's this gap, and you can't quite close that gap, and then you rebalance at a higher range, and then it comes back down. It's all over the place. You don't see that with ETFs and stocks, so usually it's like $1 or $2 up or down. Because of that reason, we're not seeing much impermanent loss. I did widen my range from 5 to 10 because I was out of range. I felt a little bit too much, but when I was at a 5 range, it was paying a higher APR, of course. So I'm trying to find like a balance. So I have this set here at 10, and then I have this other position set at an 8 range. So I'm kind of doing the Russian doll strategy, multiple ranges. So I'm always in range. And then I did another one at 10. I moved it up. Again, I moved this one up. Oh no, sorry. This one I started at 10 range. This one I just did a day ago. I wanted to see where the rates are. 500%, unbelievable. Unbelievable. A lot of the volume on this happens when the Asian markets open and then when the US markets open. So it's not like a stock where it's only happening when one market opens, US market opens. Most of the volume comes through. Most of the volume on this stuff is happening when dual markets open. It's trading all the time. Oil trades 24 hours a day. So it's absolutely crazy. And it's actually very good. It's a very good ETF to be liquidity farming. But let me show you why this is also happening. So if you come here, you click DEX Screener, and then you're going to get sent to the USO. Is that the 1% pair? Let me see. No, I'm in this one. I'm in the 0.3% pair. You don't want the 1% pair, guys. It's a good thing I clicked on it. The reason you don't want the 1% pair is it doesn't pay enough because it's there's not enough liquidity in it. People don't want to use that one to trade with. So you want to come over here. 1.7 million volume for the day with $505,000 in liquidity. This didn't even have that much liquidity last week. It was like 100 to 200,000. It's gone up. The MaxFi community has really helped push this up. We're probably about 20% of this pool. It's amazing. It's amazing what we're doing down here. Now, what is USO? So this is another part of the research that you guys need to do before you get into these things. First of all, when you look at USO, it's an ETF of oil. It is basically crude oil futures. So you have to understand it's tracking crude oil, but it's basically the futures of it. So it's not going to track exactly 1-to-1, but also what you have a situation when it's like this, you have something called contango that can happen. So these are things that you have to understand. This might not be a long-term investment, but it's definitely something good to hold for a couple of weeks, for a couple months, make a high return, and then kind of move into something more stable or something else, and maybe come back to it when it dips. See, these are the things that you got to understand, that these are not necessarily assets when they're dealing with futures. Overall, it's been relatively stable for an ETF, I have to say, for most of, I mean, wow, it's actually gone up quite a bit because oil prices. So this is when the Iran war started. Before that, it was actually very stable, which I would love to have been in here and just liquidity farmed it for that whole entire period of time. But what we have to be careful is if the war comes to an end. So you guys have to understand. But before that, I mean, this thing was as stable as you get. Imagine liquidity farming a high volume asset for basically 4 years. I mean, this is incredible. This is probably what I'm looking to do for this particular one. I'm probably going to see what happens with the war situation. As that war winds down, prices might go back down, take a step back out of it, and then wait for something like this. This is going to be the goal. And just chill, because this is really an absolute printing press, because it's going to continue to print, because oil is the #1 commodity that's traded on the markets. This is what you guys have to understand. This volume's nothing. 1.7 million. Billions of dollars are traded daily on the oil futures and exchanges. This number, I mean, trillions in a month are traded. It's insane. This number probably is going to reach 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, $10 million days. This is going to be absolutely crazy. Okay. That's something that you have to consider. Now, I'm loving the QQQs. I moved it to 1.8%. Tons of rebalances. Not seeing any impermanent loss. I'm going to probably make this a little bit wider, get a little bit less percentage. But overall, everything's going well. Netflix, everything is going well. Another USO. I know I'm in love with USO. I did these at different ranges at different times. So I'm kind of bringing everything back to this 8-10 range because it keeps overshooting it. And you can see this one was a little bit closer in. I had it at 11 rebalances. It's insane. I have a couple that I really like. I want to show you. This one I love. This is SPY, which is the S&P 500. 19 days, 0 rebalances, 35%. This is somewhere safe to park your money, and you're getting the upside of the S&P, which I already have, and I've earned $2.61. It's just sitting there uncollected. I can go get it. I can compound it. You put a couple $1,000s in this. This is just a money printer all day, all night. You know, I think it's the #1 ETF. Yeah, you see 3.9 million is incredible. I'm going to show you guys some other data real quick to show you how early we are. Yeah, I mean, 1 to 4. I mean, that's insane. 1 to 4. Yeah, the LP is being used quite heavily. And if you look here, I actually did this for you guys. Trading volume in August is the lowest month. So the idea is to position ourselves going into the future months, which is what I'm trying to do. And I'm trying to figure out where I want to go. Do I want to go US Oil, S&P, QQQs, more Apple, more Netflix? I have another account I'm going to show you right now. Where do I want to go? Now I'm starting to understand where I want to go, okay? Because right now, July and August were the weakest months. You can see right here, medium to low. August is the slowest. August, all the traders are gone. August is typically the quietest trading month. Volume usually returns in September. October, November are often the busiest. As you can see, volume will go up in September, and October, November are going to be absolutely blistering. It's going to be basically September, October, November, this. And then end of year is actually okay. The reason late December slows down around the holidays. But throughout December, it's usually pretty blistering. All the way up to probably Thanksgiving, it's pretty blistering. It's pretty like pumping. So there's only maybe the last, I would say, 6-7 days of the year, maybe a little bit more, that kind of slow down. And then January slows down again a little bit, and then it starts to speed back up. But for the most part, position yourselves in August and stuff that you really like, because these APRs that you're seeing could actually go even higher. And that goes for both crypto and stocks. A lot of this trading on ETH and Bitcoin and a lot of the other crypto pairs, the APRs are good, but if you think they're good now, you better wait to see what they're going to be in September and October and November. They're going to be much higher, okay? Especially in crypto, you're going to see a lot more trading. Especially in a lot of the altcoins, you're going to see more trading. The meme coins, I don't know, those are crazy. The meme coins, the meme coins are crazy, man. The volume is nuts. So for the most part, why do I like this one? 13% range. It'll probably rarely rebalance, maybe 2-3 times a year. You get the upside of the S&P plus 35%. Absolutely sick. You go a little tighter like I did, but look, I'm about to come out of range and I've done 8 rebalances. However, I've seen no impermanent loss here at all. So I can go for a little bit higher of an APY. This is my test grounds. I'm trying to figure out where I want to go. For the most part, I think I figured it out where I want to go. I'm going to start opening up new positions over in my other account. Is there anything else that I found interesting? US Gov is 1.8%. A lot of you guys asked me about this. It doesn't really move. Kind of just sits in the range. 22% for a stable pair. I don't know where you get 22% for relatively no risk. I don't know where you see that. So this I think is fantastic. And then you got some of the juggernauts and some of the other stuff. Okay, let's go to this other account. So this is my other account that I had made mainly with Apple and other stocks in there. I started with, I have it in my spreadsheet around this amount also about a week ago. So you guys we can check them out. It's basically the same. Hasn't moved. I don't see much movement. I mean, I saw this get as high as $2,130, $40, maybe $100 more, but I don't see a huge amount of movement. It's kind of crazy. Apple is killing it for me. I love Apple. You can see Netflix went down, the APR, but it's moving up, and I think it's going to do well. So that's why I'm in Netflix, because I'm going to get the upside of Netflix. Plus, I'm going to get the APR, which, like I said, it's August. It's going to be low. It's going to speed up. You know, this one pays a little bit more because I started it sooner. And those early days were higher APRs. But honestly, if I'm going to get 76% on my Netflix, which I'm like 90% sure it's going to go higher, and I get to compound back into it, I mean, why wouldn't you take that? I would. I am. Apple, again, doing great. QQQ's fantastic. This is the 7-day. Only opened this 7 days ago, so it's pretty good. 4.3% range. It's a little bit wider than my other one. 66% on the QQQs is absolutely absurd. I have no words for this. Plus, you're getting the upside of the QQQ. So if the QQQs go up 20% this year, you'll capture half of it. Why? Because you're half the LP. You're half USDG, half QQQ. So if it goes up 20%, you'll capture 10%. Plus, you're going to capture this other 66%. You'll have a 76% gain. Plus, you can compound it, which you can't do with the QQQs, and earn even more. I have $20 worth of uncollected, which is probably going to be half USDG and half QQQ. There's no rebalances because in the last 7 days, QQQs haven't moved that much. So it's been great, but these are the type of money makers. Now, these are where the ones are getting interesting for me. Wrapped ETH and Coinbase stock. So they should be correlated, and it looks like they are. 7 days, only one rebalance, 128%. Looks good so far. I don't have more information than that, but I'm liking it. Do I like it as much as everything else? I'm going to get to this in a second, because I think I found something even better. And yes, I open up different positions. I'm still testing a lot of the stuff. Okay, this is the position I really like, and I'm thinking about going in heavy. This is MicroStrategies or strategies with ETH. 7 days, no rebalances, 6.2%. MicroStrategy is going to basically be a proxy for BTC. And then ETH is going to be a proxy for ETH. So no proxy for anything. So wrapped ETH is the same. So what you're doing is, we already know that wrapped ETH and BTC have about a 90% correlation. What is interesting about this pair? It's still smack dab in the middle. It's unbelievable. They're moving as BTC and ETH, number one. Number two, what's even more interesting is I actually think MSTR is going to be more correlated to wrapped ETH than if this was BTC. Why? Because MSTR trades over NAV, which is a higher value than BTC. Because of that reason, if ETH's market picks up, or if ETH starts to break away from BTC, which it does during alt season, which that does happen, what I predict is going to happen is MSTR will also see a higher NAV, 10, 15, 20%. I'm thinking it might actually hold up to ETH, be more correlated than actual BTC itself. So I'm going to get paid 210%. And keep in mind, I opened this 7 days ago, not 2-3 weeks ago when the rates were higher. 210%. I get to compound my wrapped ETH and my MSTR with a 6.2% range. Again, you can see why I open up so many positions. I'm learning to see where I want to put real capital, where I'm going to bring real money, 10, 20, 30, $40,000 more dollars into this account. Now, after we've only had, Robinhood Chain for like 2 weeks. It's only been 2 weeks, guys. That's it. And by the way, the amount of money being generated out of this chain is insane. I want to bring this to you guys' attention. There's literally, I think yesterday was a record day, $40,000 in LP revenues were made. A lot of it from the stocks, a lot of it from, I mean, it was basically stocks and the meme coins. The meme coins, you guys are killing it. There's no words for how much money some of you are making off the meme coin LPs. It's just, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. And some of you have already ROI'd, you know, you got like $10,000 in a pool, for example, on Index or Juggernaut or a stonk broker, and you've already ROI'd the $10,000. And now you're just sitting on house gains and you're just chilling. Some of you have used the MaxFi system to the max. You really have figured it out. And there's some people that are posted some of their results, mind-boggling what I'm seeing out there. So it's really good to see. We're seeing some really great gains. $40,000 a day in LP revenues. I got to think that probably makes us the number one LP manager out there. Like what we're doing, no one else can do. We can get into those tighter ranges, not worry about these rebalances, and take advantage of the snuggle technology where we have no swaps. We are doing things nobody else can, and it's a testament to the technology here. So it's absolutely great to see. When you're getting into a pool, you definitely want to check the pool with that DEX Screener, for example, to see which is the best one. And then you want to kind of just click on it and see, like, is Banker, for example, is that worth getting into? Liquidity is $106,000, but there's only $622. No one's really trading it. So probably not worth getting into. So these are ways that you can kind of understand, kind of gauge yourselves in when you're getting into the pool. For example, CashCat is probably paying terrific because it has $1.1 million in the last 24 hours, and it has $6.3 million in trading volume. So there's 6 to 1, basically. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. So the volume is great, and CashCat continues to do one thing, which is go up, which is insane. And not only have you guys made money, which is the power of LP farming, making thousands of percent, compounding back into it, but it also keeps going up. And you got to go a wide range, which we discussed in the last AMA. 100, 200, even 300% on these particular LP positions pay because they bust out of the range. And if you're the only one sitting, you get those fees. So going on a wide range on a meme LP helps tremendously. So you definitely want to come here, and you definitely want to click on the DEX Screener before you get into something and just kind of look. You see, even this one, Stockbroker, is like a 3 to 1. That's fantastic. It doesn't have to be a 6 to 1, but that's a crazy chart. That's absolutely insane. And you can click right here up here which says MCAP, so you can see the market cap. So it's got a $52 million market cap. I mean, it shows it over here too, but you can kind of see where it floated from. I mean, this thing did a 10x already. That is nuts. Welcome to Robinhood, I guess. Let's see. Let's pick one we haven't looked at before. $60,000 liquidity, $413,000. Wow. So this was probably gonna pay. Wow, it went really up when it first started, huh? So it started all the way down at 1.5. I mean, this is nuts. What is this one? This is the artificial emu. Hysterical. This is hysterical. So that's kind of how you can kind of gauge for people that don't know how to use DEX Screener, and I'll probably have to give you guys a little tutorial how to use it. You can kind of flip back and forth between the price and the market cap. I like to look at market cap. Price is kind of meaningless because I like to know really what the real worth of it was, 1.5 million versus 8 million. Well, I know it did a 6x, and then it started at some crazy price back here, which I don't know why, but it did. Meme coins do crazy things. They kind of do this a lot, but now it's kind of strengthening up. So these are the kind of things I like to do. And then best practices, guys, make sure you know what you're getting into. As far as USO goes, I think it's going to do very well, but you got to keep an eye on the war for sure. If the war is coming to an end, which we don't know if it will, hopefully it does, but it's probably time to burn out of it, put your money somewhere else, and then come back to it later when oil kind of levels out. These are things that you got to consider. All right, guys. Hope that was helpful. I'll talk to you soon.